So, Ben is back for the weekend. He's been working for Swindon Youth for Christ, obviously in Swindon. So, Ben, tell us what you do within a week for Swindon Youth for Christ.
Swindon Youth for Christ is a Christian-based company, and our tagline is working in partnership to try and take the good news relevantly to every young person in Swindon. So the way we do that is we are very fortunate to have a van called the BIOS van. So it's like a mobile youth club. It has Xbox and PlayStations, it has 2 iPads, a laptop, we have music we can play, we have loads of sports equipment in the back. So that is our main source of reaching young people with detached work. So we take that into schools most lunchtimes. We also take that out into parks in the evenings and afternoons, and we just take it out and young people just come to it, and then we chat to them. And we try and share the good news with them relationally. So how that works is we just chat to them. We say, how was your week? How's your day? What's been doing since we last spoke? And over that time, we then just get to know them. And then they say to us, ask us a few questions about me. So they'll say to me, why are you in Swindon? And that gives me a great opportunity to share my faith, to share what I'm doing. And from that, we can go and talk more about God and things like that. So throughout the week, I go into schools most days, and then in the evenings I'm out with the van. We also do lessons in schools. We do some on relationships, advice and things like that, looking a bit more at how to have a healthy relationship. Not quite from a Christian perspective, but we do put our spin on it. And then we also go and do some Christian unions and stuff as well.
So the name Youth for Christ is very self-explanatory.
Yeah, that's it.
Can you tell me what makes you so passionate about young people?
I think for me, I know that young people are the next generation of the church. It's very cheesy to say that, a lot of people say it, the youth are the church of tomorrow and things like that. But I know that's true, and I think if we don't focus on them and, really work into their lives, as well as working with the, older generation, then we're not good, with the church going to die out. So we need to work with the young people, get them to step up, to have their own faith. A lot of them are in church, but live off their parents' faith. And it's about taking that massive leap from just going to church because your parents tell you to, but actually going to have a relationship with God for yourself. So that's what we try and do, encourage people to do that, and also bring total non-Christians into church is a main focus. And I'm really passionate because I believe that young people are going to inspire the older generation, and they're going to really take up the mantle in the coming years.
So what inspired you and motivated you to take up the gap year at Youth for Christ?
After I did my A-levels and it didn't quite go as I hoped, I didn't get the grades that I quite wanted to go into university or anything, I didn't know what to do next. I was at a loss, so I was just praying about it, and I really felt God set on my heart to work with young people for a start, and then take a step of faith, totally something outside my comfort zone. Now, I wasn't the most outgoing person. I was confident with friends, but not speaking to totally new people. So I thought, something like gap year is totally stepping out of my zone. I knew a lot about Youth for Christ because I had friends that had gone and done it, but also had people come to my churches and stuff from Youth for Christ. So I knew a lot about it, and it seemed like the fair option to go for. So I applied, got in quite easily, and then I got told in the summer, just before we went, that I was going to Swindon, which was really good for me. I was kind of in my head, I wanted somewhere I didn't know anything about. I wanted somewhere that wasn't a massive, well-known city. I wanted somewhere where I knew nothing about it, so a fresh start, and that's exactly what Swindon was for me.
So you've told us a lot about what you do in the evenings or in schools. Can you tell us a bit about your involvement in the church when you're not working with other young people?
Yeah, so I'm involved in the church down in Swindon, so you get put in a church when you go for the gap year. My church is called Freshbrook Church. There's a really good group of young people there. There's probably about 10 or 15 young people that come on Sundays into our other clubs. So I work with the church to help with the kids clubs and the youth club, and then I help with like Sunday morning youth. I've done a couple of preachers there, so I'm very much involved in what they're doing. The young people there are really, really good, really get into it. I'm seeing them grow so much, and it's really encouraging what I can do there, and I'm loving the work that we're doing in the church at the minute.
So obviously you've been working with the young people around Swindon. Do you hope spread the good news elsewhere at any point, or?
My foreseeable future I've got the next 5 months in Swindon already. I don't know what my plan is after that, but so my main focus at the minute, focus on in Swindon, equipping the young people there to go out to other places eventually, and do their ministry or whatever God's calling them to do elsewhere maybe. So I don't know my future plans yet. My main focus at the minute is Swindon, not looking too far into the future, but also open to see where God's going to take me. If he sends me somewhere else, I'm very happy to go, but we'll see.
So finally, it's sort of like a double question.
Okay.
So A, I want you to tell us what you've learned most from this year.
Okay.
And B, what message do you want to spread to the people of Life Community Church?
Okay, so I guess first of all, the thing I've learned is my own relationship with God has grown so much, and the way I've learned that you just have to be in tune with God. A lot of time I was wondering, other people are hearing from God, why can't I hear that? I've just learned that reading the Bible, just praying a lot, spending time in God's presence, and once you do all that and start to get really in tune with God, and it's so easy to hear His voice and hear what He's saying to you, and take steps from that. So the biggest thing I've learned is get in tune with God, read my Bible regularly, pray more, and just spend more time in God's presence. And the message I'd like to say to people at Life Community Church is just keep that fire burning that you've got. It's nice to come back here because it's a great atmosphere. People are on fire for God. They're dancing away, and I love my new church in Swindon. But there's something special about Life that just has that life about them. So yeah, I see what I've done. So Life, just keep that life going, spread what you're doing, and keep it excited for God. And that's it.
Amen.